Because most of the companies I work for now are global, I think it's normal to have an office in the UK, to have an office now in Dublin. We're global. I'm curious from your end because you've done senior roles in the UK. What are some differences you've seen in HR in the US and UK HR? Are there any key differences that you've seen?
So this is really quite anecdotal for me because I haven't actually worked in a role which has had any presence in the US or
Okay.
actually internationally. But from my understanding, there's two areas I would that immediately spring to mind, and one is in the UK we have some really strong employment rights, and it's quite difficult, and it's becoming more difficult with new legislation that's coming in to actually terminate a contract. So there's a lot of lot of loopholes that and obstacles that have to be jumped over or ticked off before employment or a contract can be terminated. And I get the sense in the US that's not so much the case. You mentioned layoffs and how often that's happened. I've never been laid off in my life. We don't do that.
Uh,
Um, so I think that's quite a key one. So we have really strong notice periods and legal frameworks and processes around that. And it's actually at the minute we have it's a 2 year period where once somebody's been in employment for 2 years, then they can claim for unfair dismissal at a tribunal if they believe they've been unfairly dismissed. And that's actually about to be reduced under the current government. They've passed an employment rights bill, which has got a lot of legislation under it. And I think the most far reaching aspect of that will be they're reducing that to a day one right.